I believe now, Siska, we are also joined with people from overseas as well.
Yes, exactly. Now, before we continue this hot button issue with Pak Wijayanto, we have an online guest coming in from New York, Indrio Sukmono, Chairman of Overseas General Elections Commission, and also Sarah Santoso, the President of Indonesian Students Association in New York City. Hello, good evening from Jakarta to Indrio and Sarah.
Yes, and good morning there.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes. Good morning.
Hi,
Hello.
good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so your day has just started. Thank you so much for joining us for our special program today. Now, before we ask you about what's your take, what's your sentiments towards the quick count results here in Indonesia, maybe first you can tell us a little bit how did voting day went on in New York City for Indonesians?
Yes. I think we. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think we were blessed to have a warmer day during the peak of the winter in New York, and I think we want to make it this the party of this democracy to be fun and involving range of voters, different types of voters. So we get a view of Manhattan,
39.
and we have also Indonesian, food, and yeah, I think we were blessed that we are grateful that it went well, and in my observation, a lot of first voters, young people lining up until 6 p.m. when we closed the polling station. So, thank you for New Yorkers, especially the greater New York area, to come to the polling station on Saturday last week.
And thank you, Pa Indrio. I remember that you are also a professor at Yale in Connecticut, because we have met before, and it's really great to see that there are people as well mobilizing in New York to vote. And from Sarah, I remember back when I was when I lived in New York and I was involved in Permias in New Jersey, there was such high enthusiasm, especially from young voters when I was voting in 2019, in which I actually voted in KJRI, New York, in the Consulate General, and we would queue for hours, and sometimes we would even take a bit because we're still waiting for the ballots. What about this year, especially with now lots of Indonesian students being in New York? Is it still the same positive enthusiasm that we had as before?
Yes, I think this year's enthusiasm is also as high as 5 years ago. I heard the stories about queuing in front of the consulate, and then people are waiting until like 9. But for this year, surprisingly, everything went so smooth. We all already have our letters. We just have to come there with our passport or our national ID. And I was also so surprised that it took me around 2 to 3 minutes to just actually go to take my to do my vote. So I was really happy with all the people behind this to support this election, and also the enthusiasm from the students. I heard they were so sad, those that forgot to register, but we were given still the chance to take on the spot voters if they still have the to vote left, and then it's 5 p.m. around that time. So those are where the queues are longer.
Yes.
And that's definitely a really great thing to learn, because I still remember Siska being there, and so it has such, New York is so close to my heart. And
Someone's
I
missing
think
New York
this
right
year
here.
is different because when you remember, a long queue from the consulate up to the Central Park, but this time, because of course the consulate is not big enough, and also it's during the peak of the winter, so we actually rented a warehouse, but with well, it's amazing view, yeah, of Manhattan. So, yeah, I think thank you, Sarah, and the youngsters and the newcoming students. But that's right. That the mostly younger voters, they're lining up 1 hour before the polling station closed. So it's between 5 and 6. But I think from the experience, I think it went smooth. So thanks so much for being a good voters.
Okay, that's good to hear, Pak Indrio. Now, last question before we let you go to go about your day here in New York City there. Maybe you can tell us more about what's the process now that is taking place in New York. We know that the election has been concluded, so is it now voting count that is happening right now? And maybe if you could tell us a little bit more insights, does the voting results, as far as you can see, is it reflected in the quick count results we have here in Indonesia by any chance?
I'm not sure about that, the last questions, but let me show you that behind me is, of course, the counting as stipulated by the KPU, the election committee. So we will start the counting today, sometime later at 1, and we started with the KSK, with the mini polling station from Philadelphia and Dover, New Hampshire, and then tomorrow will be followed by the results from the polling station in New York, and the last one is from the through ballots voters from U.S. Post Office. So behind me is the counting stations that we will start later today. So we plan to have between 3 to 5 days to finish all the counting. So hopefully, Sarah, your friends, and please, you can join. If you cannot come, also we'll provide the hybrid counting. So you can check out the Zoom link for the counting.
Thank you, Pak Indrio. And to Sarah, now as we are concluding the Indonesian elections, how is the response of most people there who are usually millennials and Gen Zs living in New York, in Permias, New York City? Has there been any talk, especially amongst the young generation, now that we've seen in Indonesia the quick count?
Yeah, so because the quick one just started, we're like early in the morning and I haven't met like my friends. So I didn't really know what they think about the quick count. But from what I heard when we were doing the counting, the election on that day, we did it 3 days ago. I think everyone is very happy that they can exercise their vote, that they can actually contribute to our country, although we are far away. So I think the enthusiasm and I think everyone has their own choices, but at the end of the day, we are one nation. Whoever got to win, we will support. And here, I feel everyone is very positive. There's not, I didn't encounter any heated arguments and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, that's great to hear. Thank you so much, Sarah Santoso, President of Indonesian Students Association in New York City. And also many thanks to Pak Indrio Sukmono, Chairman of Overseas General Elections Commission in New York. Best wishes for the counting process that will take place later today. All the best, Pak.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.